I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. I bless the world because I bless myself. I bless the world because I bless myself. God's blessing shines upon me from within my heart. From within my heart, where He abides, I need but turn to Him, and every sorrow melts away as I accept His boundless love for me. I bless the world because I bless myself. I bless the world because I bless myself. God's blessing shines upon me from within my heart. From within my heart, where He abides, I need but turn to Him, and every sorrow melts away. I need but turn to Him, and every sorrow melts away as I accept His boundless love for me. As I accept His boundless love for me. I need but turn to Him, and every sorrow melts away as I accept His boundless love for me. I bless the world because I bless myself. I bless the world because I bless myself. God's blessing shines upon me from within my heart. From within my heart, where He abides, I need but turn to Him, and every sorrow melts away as I accept His boundless love for me. I bless the world because I bless myself. I bless the world because I bless myself. I bless the world because I bless myself. I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. Well, thank you all so much for joining me today and studying A Course in Miracles. We're in lesson 207, which we just sang the whole lesson 2 or 3 times there. I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. I bless the world because I bless myself. God's blessing shines upon me from within my heart, where He abides. I need but turn to Him, and every sorrow melts away as I accept His boundless love for me. Can we do that? Quickly turn to Him when we feel a sorrow so that it can melt away as I accept His boundless love for me. I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. And I thank you all so much for joining me. We're reading from the Foundation for Inner Peace version of A Course in Miracles. I'm Miracle Willie, forgiveness teacher from the Ozarks. And we're ready for, like I said, lesson 207. and we're reading from the did I just say Foundation for Inner Peace version of A Course in Miracles? Thursday, July the 25th of 2024. And we're also going to take a look in text reading. We're in chapter 22, Salvation and the Holy Relationship. And we're ready for section Roman numeral 3, Reason and the Forms of Error. Reason and the Forms of Error. Before we go there, let's see what all's going on around the world today. Merry-go-round or carousel day. I went with my grandson on one of those merry-go-rounds that goes around really fast both directions and kind of goes up and down. We'd just eaten. I did fine, but I felt like it was a bit much for just having a big meal. Earth Overshoot Day. Feast of St. James. That'd be a Catholic Christian holiday. You know, I meant to look up what Earth Overshoot Day, and I used to know what it was, but I've forgotten this year. We'll have to look it up. Health and Happiness with Hypnosis Day. Hire a Veteran Day. And, you know, I might mention that in some ways, Course in Miracles is using a lot of mental, it helps us to recondition our minds to you know, to put our mind on what's valuable and to let it begin to recondition what we had habitually thought. Whenever we see a certain stimuli and then a certain thought comes to us, well, if that thought wasn't in harmony with truth, well, then it'll make you feel unhappy. And we're supposed to look at those things and let them go. And when we let them go, the easiest way to let them go is just to put a good thought there. So today, you just say, I'm not a body, I'm free, for I'm still as God created me. I bless the world because I bless myself. You know, just about the opposite of the idea of sacrifice. In the idea of sacrifice, you're not blessed so that someone else can be blessed. But we're understanding the economy of God, that we're blessed when our brothers are blessed, and our brothers are blessed when we're blessed. A word that I've just learned recently is compersion. Let me just read it to you. Compersion is our wholehearted participation in the happiness of others. It is the sympathetic joy we feel for somebody else, even when their positive experience does not involve or benefit us directly. Thus, compersion can be thought of as the opposite of jealousy and possessiveness. And I thought, you know what, if you're working with those negative thoughts that we're trying to recondition from, jealousy or possessiveness, and you want to have compersion, which is an idea that a lot of us hadn't even considered, that you can rejoice and not be benefited directly just because your brother and sister are rejoicing in whatever it might be. That's a step in the right direction of seeing joy always. Anyway, I just thought compersion was a good word. Hire a Veteran Day, Chili Dog Day, Culinarians Day for you chefs, Hot Fudge Sundae Day, Refreshment Day, Wine and Cheese Day, Intern Day, Red Shoe Day, and Thread the Needle Day. And then in edible landscaping, and, you know, I should have had that out already. I've got it here in my notebook. Let me pull it out and see what it says of golden lemon thyme. Golden lemon thyme is pungently lemon-scented, golden and variegated when in bright light, great in a hanging basket, and beautiful with rock walkways, excellent garnish for sandwiches and salads, space 1 foot circles, zones 4 through 10. And that's out of Edible Landscaping. The golden lemon thyme, and it's Thymus is the genus, Citriodorus is the species, and then it looks like maybe there's an Aureus variegatu. I think maybe that's a specific cultivar. Anyway, thank you, Edible Landscaping. Now let's take a look at our lesson, Reason and the Forms of Error. The introduction of reason into the ego's thought system is the beginning of its undoing, for reason and the ego are contradictory, nor is it possible for them to coexist in your awareness. The reason's goal is to make plain. For reason's goal is to make plain and therefore obvious. You can see reason. This is not a play on words, for here is the beginning of a vision that has meaning. Vision is sense, quite literally. If it is not the body's sight, it must be understood. For it is plain, and what is obvious is not ambiguous. It can be understood, and here do reason and the ego separate to go their separate ways. Paragraph 2. The ego's whole continuance depends on its belief you cannot learn this course. Share this belief, and reason will be unable to see your errors and make way for their correction. For reason sees through errors, telling you what you thought was real is not. Reason can see the difference between sin and mistakes because it wants correction. Therefore, it tells you what you thought was uncorrectable can be corrected, and thus it must have been an error. The ego's opposition to correction leads to its fixed belief in sin and disregard of errors. It looks on nothing that can be corrected. Thus does the ego damn and reason save. Reason is not salvation in itself, but it makes way for peace and brings you to a state of mind in which salvation can be given you. Sin is a block, set like a heavy gate, locked and without a key, across the road to peace. No one who looks on it without the help of reason would try to pass it. The body's eyes behold it as solid granite, so thick it would be madness to attempt to pass it. Yet reason sees through it easily, because it is an error. The form it takes cannot conceal its emptiness from reason's eyes. 4. Only the form of error attracts the ego, meaning it does not recognize and does not see if it is there or not. Everything the body's eyes can see is a mistake, an error in perception, a distorted fragment of the whole without the meaning that the whole would give. That reminds me of what my teacher, Charlie, my yoga teacher, taught me. He said, in order to manifest a body on any level, you must have some delusion. Well, that's because everything the body's eyes can see is a mistake, an error in perception, a distorted fragment of the whole, without the meaning that the whole would give. You've got to isolate and think that you're separate from another body or separate from the ground you're working. You don't see the abstraction of the whole. And yet mistakes, regardless of their form, can be corrected. Sin is but error in a special form the ego venerates. It would preserve all errors and make them sins. So the ego actually lives on sin. It's what it eats. It's what it feeds on. You want to be an ego? Just keep seeing sin in everybody and in yourself and live a depressed, sacrificing life, which is exactly the opposite of what we're supposed to be doing. I bless the world because I bless myself, is our lesson today. Okay, so anyway, it says sin is but error in a special form the ego venerates. It would preserve all errors and make them sins, for here is its own stability, its heavy anchor in the shifting world it made, the rock on which its church is built, and where its worshipers are bound to bodies, believing the body's freedom is their own. 5. Reason will tell you that the form of error is not what makes it a mistake. If what the form conceals is a mistake, the form cannot prevent correction. The body's eyes see only form. The body's eyes see only form. They cannot see beyond what they were made to see. And they were made to look on error and not see past it. Theirs is indeed a strange perception, for they can see only illusions, unable to look beyond the granite block of sin and stopping at the outside form of nothing. To this distorted form of vision, the outside of everything, the wall that stands between you and the truth, is wholly true. Yet how can sight that stops at nothingness, as if it were a solid wall, see truly? It is held back by form, having been made to guarantee that nothing else but form will be perceived. 6. These eyes made not to see will never see, for the idea they represent left not its maker, and it is their maker that sees through them. What was its maker's goal but not to see? For this the body's eyes are perfect means, but not for seeing. See how the body's eyes rest on externals and cannot go beyond? Watch how they stop at nothingness, unable to go beyond the form to meaning. Nothing so blinding as perception of form. Nothing so blinding as perception of form. For sight of form means understanding has been obscured. 7. Only mistakes have different forms, and so they can deceive. You can change form because it is not true. It could not be reality because it can be changed. Reason will tell you that if form is not reality, it must be an illusion and is not there to see. And if you see it, you must be mistaken, for you are seeing what cannot be real as if it were. What cannot see beyond what is not there must be distorted perception, and must perceive illusions as the truth. Could it then recognize the truth? Let's read those last two sentences again. What cannot see beyond what is not there must be distorted perception, and must perceive illusions as the truth. Could it then recognize the truth? Paragraph 8. Let not the form of his mistakes keep you from him whose holiness is yours. We want to see our holiness in our brothers. See their holiness, which is our holiness, our wholeness, our oneness. And so don't see sin in them. Let not the form of his mistakes keep you from him whose holiness is yours. In other words, you might hang out on that you don't like the form of his mistake, but we need to have that more, whatever they're doing, we want to be able to have a supportive thought about it. Even if you want to get to the place where you can practice compersion. That's why I wanted to use the word, because we want to learn to go beyond our feelings we're going to lose something if we celebrate their achieving of some success. We want to actually rejoice with them. Compersion. Let not the form of his mistakes keep you from him whose holiness is yours. Let not the vision of his holiness, the sight of which would show you your forgiveness, be kept from you by what the body's eyes can see. Let your awareness of your brother not be blocked by your perception of his sins and his body. What is there in him that would attack except what you associate with his body, which you believe can sin? Beyond his errors is his holiness and your salvation. You gave him not his holiness, but tried to see your sins in him to save yourself. And that was the wrong way of trying to save yourself. In other words, you thought that if you saw his sins, you would keep them from attacking you, because you'd say, oh, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, because you weren't remembering his sins and avoiding them in the future. That's not what we want to do. That is not seeing your brothers and sisters' holiness, and therefore you can't see your own. You become the prison guard, and you're now prisoner with the one you've judged and put in your mental prison. So that's why I want to encourage us. We want to start learning to think with the concept of compersion instead of, which is the opposite, like we were reading of feeling, what was the word, jealousy and possessiveness. So instead of having those feelings, we go beyond them and we rejoice with what they rejoice with. We actually unite with their what they think is valuable. Don't judge your brothers. Beyond his errors is his holiness and your salvation. You gave him not his holiness, but tried to see your sins in him to save yourself. And yet his holiness is your forgiveness. Can you be saved by making sinful the one whose holiness is your salvation? You've got to see your brother's holiness if you want to be saved. If you want to be saved from fear, well, then you have to rejoice with your brothers and sisters. A holy relationship, however newly born, must value holiness above all else. Unholy values will produce confusion and unawareness. In an unholy relationship, each one is valued because he seems to justify the other's sin. Each sees within the other what impels him to sin against his will, and thus he lays his sins upon the other and is attracted to him to perpetuate his sins. And so it must become impossible for each to see himself as causing sin by his desire to have sin real. Yet reason sees a holy relationship as what it is, a common state of mind, where both give errors gladly to correction, that both may happily be healed as one. So we're seeing ourselves all in this together, and we realize when we make a mistake that we're going to give it over to correction, and that we're happy that we see that we have a mistake, because that's the way out, is to be glad that you now see that you made a mistake, and therefore you can get a new thought, have a correction. Okay, I'm not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. I bless the world because I bless myself. God's blessing shines upon me from within my heart, where he abides. I need but turn to him, and every sorrow melts away, as I accept his boundless love for me. Be sure to do your 2 longer meditations for 15 minutes, morning and evening today. And then every hour of the day, stop and give thanks. Try for the top of the hour, but at some time during every hour of the day, it's hard for me to do at the top of the hour because I don't have a clock that goes off. If I was in a school setting, which I'm thinking that may be more and more what I might ought to be doing, maybe just with a grandfather clock at your house. I'm not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. I bless the world because I bless myself. I bless the world because I bless myself. God's blessing shines upon me from within my heart, from within my heart, where he abides. I need but turn to him, and every sorrow melts away. I need but turn to him, and every sorrow melts away, as I accept his boundless love for me. I bless the world because I bless myself. I bless the world because I bless myself. God's blessing shines upon me from within my heart, from within my heart, where he abides. From within my heart, where God abides. every sorrow melts away. I need but turn to Him, and every sorrow melts away. As I accept His boundless love for me. As I accept His boundless love for me. I need but turn to Him, and every sorrow melts away. I need but turn to Him, and every sorrow melts away. As I accept His boundless love for me. I bless the world because I bless myself. I bless the world because I bless myself. God's blessing shines upon me from within my heart. From within my heart, where He abides. I need but turn to Him, and every sorrow melts away. As I accept His boundless love for me. I bless the world because I bless myself. I bless the world because I bless myself. Be sure to watch yourself. Make sure that you are blessing yourself in every moment. If there's some kind of sin that pops up and seems to take your joy away, well then practice your forgiveness. And say, I bless the world because I bless myself. God's blessing shines upon me from within my heart. From within my heart, where He abides. I need but turn to Him, and every sorrow melts away. As I accept His boundless love for me. I bless the world because I bless myself. I bless the world because I bless myself. I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. I bless the world because I bless myself. And our word for peace today is out of the Friulian language of northeastern Italy, and the word is pack. And I'm gonna, I don't know if that's a pace or a pack. I'm gonna go ahead and say pack this time, but if anybody knows the correct, it could be pace. I think Latin is pace, and that's similar. Anyway, we're gonna go pack, being that I'm not sure. I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. I bless the world because I bless myself. And as they say in northeastern Italy, the Friulian language, for peace, pace or pack. I bless the world because I bless myself. Pack.